What's up, Disc Priest? This is Flintoid again. Today we're going to be testing some rotations. So I've been messing with a lot of really optimal rotations for Disc Priest as far as damage and healing goes. So first I'm going to put out a Radiance, then I'm going to Schism into a Penance, and then Smite 3 times. One. Oh, I interrupted it. Okay, hold on, we'll try again on this next mob. So the idea is to get an perfect rotation from Schism. That's what I'm trying to accomplish here. So we're gonna Radiance, then I'm gonna Schism, Penance, then 3 Smites, 2, 3, and then at the end of the last Smite I'm gonna Solace. And the goal is to output the most damage, so I'm gonna wait a little bit until my Solace is almost off cooldown. Try it again. So Schism, Penance, 3 Smites, 1, 2, 3, and then at the end of the last Smite there, I just power word Solace, so I barely get that in time. Just barely get it in under the Schism debuff. So basically what I'm trying to do in this video is optimize my Schism debuff, or debuff time, or buff time rather. So if any seconds that I'm not DPSing, oh, I just joined this group, so I'm not sure how far they are. But any so let's say that your Schism, you waste 2 seconds of your Schism. It's obviously not optimal. So what I'm trying to do is come up with an optimal strategy for Schism uptime. So far what I've got, so that I'm always either casting or the most damage I can possibly do within that short period of time. So what I got so far is you cast Schism first, and then you go into Penance immediately as soon as Schism's cast is finished. Then as soon as the last bolt of Penance goes out, you cast 3 Smites in a row, and you have to do it so quick. But as soon as, here, I'll try here. As soon as the last Smite goes out, so 1, 2, 3, you have to cast power word Solace. So then after this, you have a little bit of downtime to cast some atonement out. So then Schism, Penance, 3 Smites, 1, 2, 3, and then power word Solace. So the power word Solace, I checked, it just barely gets underneath the Schism timer, and then as the Schism timer drops off, like the buff timer drops off, your GCD for power word Solace is still running. So we'll try it again. Schism, Penance, Smite, 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 and as soon as it goes, boom, I still got it underneath the timer. And then actually during this downtime, so what you want to do, what I've been doing actually, and it's been working really well, is kind of rotating between periods of time where you DPS and periods of time where you're just applying atonement. So think of it like a roller coaster. Like, you're not always going to be up healing the entire time. So what you want to do is start applying atonement, and then recover, right? So you're gonna, okay, so here's Schism, 1, 2, 3, and now the downside to this rotation is it takes 7.9 seconds with zero haste basically to achieve of basically no moving. So that is obviously not an optimal thing. That's probably the biggest downside about it. Even though it's the highest burst you can achieve without using Light's Wrath, it's just you better be sure that you're not going to be doing any mechanics real soon. Alright, so we're going to reset this. And I'll test it out on this next boss, just to show you. And I'm pulling okay numbers. I know this is a heroic dungeon, but I'm still definitely beating the tank and approaching these other DPS here. But it's just adds, so let's see how we do on this boss. All my buffs. So the goal is to just output as much damage as I can with Schism. Basically what this testing's about. Later on I'll compare Schism to Castigation to the Penitent and show why I think one is better than the other in a different video. So there's some RP going on here. Once Odin tells him to kind of fuck us up, then we'll start. So after you get done with your Solace, oh, yep, here we go. So Schism, Penance, 1, 2, 3, then Solace. So now we got Downtime, so Powered Shield, Plea, then out back to my rotation. Schism, Penance, 1, 2, 3, Powered Solace. Whoops. Schism, Penance, Smite, 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 and got it, just under. So now here's some Downtime, cast some Radiance out, maybe a Plea, Schism, Penance. Okay, so that target died, so just reset my rotation here. Now during rotation reset I can cast like Pain and stuff. Okay, so Schism, Penance, 1, 2, 3, and got it. Schism, Light's Wrath. Schism, Smite. And it gets kind of wonky if you kind of go out of order. So this is basically the highest burst damage build as far as just trying to maintain like the most burst within a certain period of time, obviously without using any buffs. Like I didn't use any potions, I didn't use any like power infusion or anything like that, and I almost caught that DK. Oh, that's a tank. Oh god, this DPS is pretty bad then.
There is one final trial that awaits. Me. Should you triumph, I will carve your names in these sacred halls.
And I'll try other rotations too. I plan on posting a few more rotations with Castigation, and then Schism with no Power Word Solace. But Schism with Power Word Solace, I'm not saying it's the optimal like mana or healing, but I am saying that Schism with Power Word Solace is so far the strongest burst damage. 1, 2, 3. And to pull this off, you're going to need it at least 15% haste, or have the talent for your tree borrowed time. Oops, gotta move here. Schism, Penance, Smite. Whoops, alright, I gotta run from this mechanic or I'd finish it. But basically I'm keeping everyone topped and I'm still doing pretty respectable damage. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hold on, I gotta go do this real quick. Oh my goodness. This guy is freaking messing us all up here. Gotta deviate from my rotation. Schism. We're 3-manning it now. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, so annoying. I'll go back to my basic rotation in a second. I just need to... We're 3-manning it, so... Alright, Schism, Penance... Oh no. What is going on? Come on. Oh. Okay, well... Unfortunately. A couple people didn't know mechanics, so I'm just gonna stop the video here. But that's basically what I was trying to show is so far what I can see, the best burst, atonement, healing, and damage is Schism, Penance, 3 smites, and at the very end cast Power Word Solace. Light's Wrath changes things up a little bit. If you're gonna use Light's Wrath, it's basically Schism, Light's Wrath, because you don't want any like weird atonements falling off, and then Penance, and then basically Smite until until Schism falls off. I think it's 1 Smite and 1 Solace at the very end of that Smite. So, to sum it up, without a Light's Wrath, the rotation is Schism, Penance, 3 Smites, Power Word Solace. With Light's Wrath, it'll be Schism, Light's Wrath, Penance, Smite, Power Word Solace. Alright, thanks for watching.